program that the WNU promotes every year. We've been doing it for I don't even know how long, but it's where we select a North American Mission Board missionary, and we gift them with supplies that they need for their ministry. So in years past, we've picked missionaries that need, school supplies, things like that. And this year we've selected a missionary from the Bronx, New York, and his name is Andrew Mann. And so if you didn't get one of these throughout the month of August, we're going to extend this through the month of September. There's a few of these on the table in the what is that called? In the lobby area. And there's a box where if you bring any of the items listed here, we're just collecting gift cards this year. They're a little bit easier to mail. And so we save, on some postage with that. But that way the missionary can use them, according to their specific needs. I was reading a story last night I wanted to share with you. One of the missionaries from last year asked for many different items, but two of those items were antibacterial wipes and Kleenex. And, they thought, that's something that we use in our ministry, but they weren't expecting to receive so much. They received so many items that they had to store them in 3 different locations. So they were extremely blessed, and little did they know that God provides. Obviously, they know that, but they didn't realize that with all these supplies, they were able to help, their town and their ministry because of COVID-19. They had all these antibacterial wipes available, and they didn't know that that was coming. So, but God knew, and He took care of them. So anyway, I'm rambling on here, but that's what Christmas in August is. So if you feel led to, purchase a gift card and help our new missionary this year, then that would be a blessing to them, and the box is in the lobby area. Thank you.
Thank you. And the video, Miss Amanda brought the videos. There's going to be one every Sunday for September. Is that correct? Yeah. And that is for the Missouri Missions also. At Southern Baptist, we were very missions minded. That's a wonderful thing. We've got to support them. If we don't, who will? We're doing great work. We've got Rev Bill Jackson with us this morning. His wife, thanks for being here. We're blessed to have you. We'll look at the bulletin real quick. They're accepting candy donations for trunk or treat. Looks like it's going to be a drive-through this year. Women on a Mission will meet September 10th at 6. It's this week. Looks like the week of prayer for Missouri Missions is September 13th to the 20th. And then the Reynolds County Baptist Association annual meeting is here on September 19th at 9
Good. But we had an anniversary on the 31st of August, and so I owe you the offering here. We're married 57 years, is that correct? And when you're married 57 years old, you're old, okay? And so let me put my in. And I think that goes to the children's home still yet? Is that correct? All right. Dismissal? Is that it wrong? The children's church is dismissed. All right. Well, what a privilege it is. What a blessing for Irma and I to be here in the company of good people of First Baptist Church in Ellington. And let me compliment you on your wonderful building. I know it took a lot of work and a lot of sacrifice. This is a beautiful place to worship the Lord, is it not? It even smells good. Isn't that good? And so we're so glad that we can be here. And I've been asked to share just a little bit about my daughter Cindy. And some of you don't recognize or realize why that I should share, but so let me remind you, okay? The unthinkable happened on March the 8th, 2009, 11 years ago. It was Sunday morning, a beautiful March morning, when a man came in to First Baptist Church in Maryville in Illinois, and he walked right straight down, and he didn't sit in any of the pews, but he came up to the pastor, which was Rev Winters, my daughter's husband. Fred stepped beside the pulpit similar to this and said, "Can I help you, brother?" And at that time, he pulled out a 45 bar. The first bullet hit his Bible that Fred was holding out in front of him. It scattered out with confetti-like appearance. And some in the crowd thought the whole thing was being staged. The man fired another shot that went to the right of Fred. When Fred began to walk across, the stage was about the same height as this one. There's another shot as he's going across. We believe that Fred, as he was going across, picked up a mic stand and threw it at the person that was trying to kill him. When Fred got to the end of the stage, over here, the gunman was with him. He came down off his chaise, he jumped out of it, and he confronted the man and tried to wrestle the gun out of his hand. At that time, the gunman was able to squeeze off another bullet, and it went through Fred's heart. Sitting midways back in the auditorium was a man, a big man, Keith Melton. Keith and I have become friends with his wife and Irma. Over the years, he began to run when he see what was happening to come to the aid of his pastor. He got there the moment after the shot was fired, and he threw the man down. And the man started to shoot him, but the gun was jammed. You see, evidently, Fred's hand was over the gun, and it couldn't release the spent cartridge, which jammed his gun. The man jumped up. He had a knife, and he wounded Keith and another member of the congregation. The congregation subdued him until the police came. Thank the Lord. Neither was his two children or his wife in that auditorium. You see, that would have been on their mind. That would have been a picture that would have been hard to erase. Alyssa, his oldest daughter, had came with Fred, but she was working in the nursery. Cindy and Cassidy was coming to the second service, and they got stopped in all the congestion and then the traffic. And Cindy was trying to find out what's wrong, and the policeman at the bar wouldn't tell her anything. Finally, a friend of hers saw her and came up and told her that they had took her husband, Fred, to the hospital. She got there as fast as she could. A tearful nurse turned around and said, "Your husband is dead." Cindy went out into the hall, verbally disturbed. But out there shooting about, she said, "Devil, you are going to regret the day that you did this." In the days and the weeks that followed, Cindy had opportunities coming her way to speak on television, churches, and she tried her best to keep her mouth, telling people how that they needed the Lord, telling people that were in pain how they could become. In fact, she spoke here at this church. I don't know how many remembers it. But this church was so good to call her in and listen to her story as Cindy expressed her love for the Lord. I think they did it 2 times. The women also had her in, and Cindy appreciates that. Now, Cindy, 6 years ago, remarried to a great Christian man. They live in Missouri now. They moved out of that foreign land, Illinois, right? The taxes have gone so high. Cindy still has opportunities now and then. She doesn't really promote it. She had one in May that had to be canceled because of this coronavirus to speak. She works for an organization, and I asked her yesterday, "What do you do?" And he said, "Well, we try to help the doctors in the hospitals to give better care to the patients." Cindy went to school to be a social worker, and basically that's what she's doing now. Alyssa, her oldest daughter, finished school in high school and graduated and went to Hannibal Grange College. It was here at Hannibal Grange that she decided that she wanted to be a lawyer. And so after she graduated, she went down to Florida University to study law. Now, I should mention this. It seems like an important part to it. She met a young man at Hannibal Grange. His name was Benny, and he was from Brazil. And so they got married down in Florida. He was a physical therapist, and he was good enough to go to work and kind of help support Alyssa when she was in college. But he also wanted to finish his education, and he did part of this over in London. Cindy, a few weeks ago, came back to Missouri to take her bar examination. And we're waiting on the results. I think she passed it. Fine her. I'm grandpa. She's up in New York right at the present time, going to extend her education. She wants to work in taxes, not the state, but that stuff that we have to pay. I've encouraged her, and I want you to pray for her, because I want her to also use the knowledge and ability that she is attaining to fight for the freedom of Christian liberty that we have in this country. Cassidy, the youngest one, she also graduated from high school